Okay. Should be live here any minute now. Looks like we are. Okay. Hello everybody. I am back with another quick play update to explain a couple of the things that we've gotten with the new update. This is going to be the 0981 update. And I'll just go ahead and start with one of the most important parts, training. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate some of the things that are going to streamline training
Welcome
for you.
to the training center at Aura Prime. The center currently operates in automatic mode.
So we'll start with training, and as you can see, the lady's voice is nice and clear, no cutoffs there. And so we're going to move into here. I'm not going to read all this, I'm just getting straight to the point here. Going to grab the air tank and battery. We have no extra air tank, which is fine. I'm not going to do the full training, I'm just showing you guys what's going on and the improvements. So one of the first things I'm going to do is show you guys that the training is so much easier in the ferret room now. And I'm going to grab this crowbar here, break into this. So on this part, you don't have to take all of this. You can just drag and drop. Let's go to training backpack. This should be plenty enough to get you through. There's other food in the course, so you don't have to worry about grabbing everything. That's what I'm going to go ahead and do. So fully hydrated and fed. And remember, our helmet's off, so everything, the food, the water, all that stuff, we can eat it no matter which package because we're indoors and the helmet's off. So, okay, we're at full, good to go. On to the next part. So we'll come in here and grab our med kits, which is the basic, the hazard, and the trauma kit is usually there. It's not here this time, but it's not a problem. It's probably because it's right here. So let's continue on. So you can press Control to crouch here, and I did, but that will bring me to another thing with this update. You can now set your keybinds. It should save. It should be persistent. There may or may not be an issue where you have both of your keybinds working with so you'll have the custom keys as well as the default keys working. I have notified him that happens, so that will be looked at for sure. But for now, you can actually go and do that. And right now, I'm just going to go ahead and get through this training real quick. Hang on a second. Gotta get this bandage. Now, like I said, I'm not going through the whole training. So you don't have to worry. I'm not going to waste your time here. I'm going to showcase quickly these changes. We're going to go ahead and proceed on. And if I miss anything, just ignore that I'm missing it. I'm not trying to grab literally everything. I'm just trying to quickly get to the parts that I can show you the changes have been made. Particularly in the room where you create the ferret. So we'll grab one knife here. We'll go ahead and grab some extra food, I guess. And then we'll quickly, again, eat, drink, and be merry. And then we will rest. We don't even really need to rest, but I'll rest 1 hour. And we're going to continue on through the training. And so here is where we were having some of the biggest issues. It just says, take ferret crafting parts and blueprint. So, one of the first things that you can do is, if you want to get through this part easy, don't grab the saw, don't worry about what's on the ground right yet, okay? Just go straight over to the ferret's box and drag and drop all contents into your bag And you see here how we have the 19 by 19.94 of 50 kg. Well, the new weight system now is going to use something over here called max lift, carried, and mounted. And if you see here, we have mounted, which is the items that are currently on our character in the outfits section and the gear section. So mounted weight is 5.41, which is the battery in the air tank there. This can be off sometimes, not always. I have had it occasionally go off. It's not a big deal. It's not going to prevent you from picking up anything. Don't worry too much about that. So our carried weight currently is 1994. Max lift is 50. So let's make sure that we grab all items, move them into the training backpack. There is now only one copy of each part for the Ferret. So you don't have to worry about that anymore. Let's go ahead and grab a little laser pistol battery. You don't have to grab all three. And now what I'm going to show you is in the workbench. Currently, your required level to create the Ferret is 2, and we currently have 0. So it says 2 of 0 there. So this is where this comes in. It's called Basic Crafting. These right now are just in training. They're not in the main game yet. They are going to be soon. They're skill injectors. So when you click this, it's going to give you crafting level 1. And you used to have to exit the menu in order to see the change. The change is immediate here. So we have crafting level 1. Boom. Crafting level 2. Crafting level 2. We can now craft our Ferret. That simple. That easy. No more fiddle-faddling around with gear. Nothing like that. Just craft your Ferret and move on. You don't have to mess around with anything else if you don't want. If you do decide to do more than that in this room, like breaking down that pallet, which is going to give you about 20 of the polymers. See, I'm going to go ahead and craft. And we didn't even have to sleep or anything. And boom, that's that part done. So, great new update for the Ferret building room. Now, if we want, what we can do is, I think we already have a saw on us. Let's confirm that. Let's go to the tools menu. We already have a hacksaw, so I don't need to pick this one up. And now if we want to scrap this pallet, we'll go ahead and scrap it. And if there's any parts that weigh too much, all it's going to do is tell you that it's too heavy or whatever, and just drop it on the floor. But in this case, we had plenty enough room to go ahead and make all that. Now, we didn't have to do that, like I said, but if you want to, you can. And you don't even have to come over here and transfer all this stuff out of your inventory. If you do, however, don't grab here. Okay, don't do that. Because what that'll do is that'll transfer lots of other gear that you don't want being transferred. We're just going to focus only on the polymer scrap. And like I said, you don't even have to transfer this over. If you want, you can just drop this on the floor. You don't even have to actually scrap the pallet. The important thing is knowing that you can scrap items. That's the important thing. Okay? So I'll leave 1 in the inventory. We don't even need it. And that's another thing that we'll talk about as well. You go into your bags now. It used to be that items that you created in the workbench did not remove the items. We'll go to both bags. And as you can see, there are no parts left to create the Ferret here. The only reason why we still have this is because it has 5 uses. We only used 1 use to create that Ferret. And it should be 1 use as well for the toolbox. So there you go. Screwdriver is used. Knife is used. And you can move right on to the next part. Like I said, you don't even have to scrap the pallet if you don't want. The important thing is just knowing that you can scrap items with the saw. Okay? So, there's other things in here. Like I said, I'm not going to do the full training here, but this would be the next part. And then all you do if you want to pass this, just go ahead and grab this knife. You don't even have to have this knife. Just go ahead and grab the water just for the hell of it. And then all you do is you equip the Ferret. And this is another part, the ADS. ADS, which is aim down sights. will not display now unless you actually have a weapon in your hands currently. Okay, so he's gone. And now if we come over here, if we go to combat knife, it takes a less time than kitchen knife. I'm just doing this part real quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and end it. There's no point in continuing on there after that, because you guys will be able to do that on your own. Now, if you want, you can put whatever steak items you don't need in here to save weight. We don't need the skin. We're not crafting. We just need one slug steak to get through this part. So, boom, done. And we're on to the next. So, like I said, I'm not going to go through the full training here, okay? This next part is pretty easy, pretty simple. You just grab that screwdriver, the fuses, and then you just come over here and you fix the fuse box, and then on and so on and so forth in the training. You'll be able to get to that part. The only reason why I'm showing you this is to show you it's now so much more simplified. You just go in, grab the parts, take the 2 injectors, boom, done. You're done. That's it. Just get out of the room. That's all you got to do. So that is training complete for the purpose of the stream. Not to. Now we'll just go to main menu, and I'll start a new game and show you the other new features. So if we go to new game, and go to continue, and we'll just call it Eagle. Now I'm going to talk about some of the new UI for the video settings and stuff. So here we have the crew backpack. You can open it with E, and you can equip the backpack with Q. And don't forget, and I have to make mention of this because I have a couple of times had people ask me, "How do you get the pistol? Where's it at?" Well, if we have a battery, let's equip our battery, and I'll show you exactly where it's at. We'll just move all this stuff right on over after we grab the backpack. I wanted to wait to grab the backpack, so hang on just a second before I get too far ahead of myself. What I wanted to show you, the reason why I didn't grab the backpack, is because if you hit I, you can now go down, and this would always come up with I, but this is now new and improved. So you can now go to the interaction, and you can change it from Q to equip to E to equip, or any other key you want to change it to. Let's change it to J, just for the purposes of this showing you that you can do it. So we change it to J, and we'll change our interaction to we'll just use K. Okay, so J and K, and then we just save and exit. And now, in order to equip the backpack, it's J, and you go here, J. And I was gonna open this. It says open entity starting equipment. I don't know what that's about. Okay, hang on. Let me just go back. I'm just showing you that you can change this if you want. I don't recommend changing that, but you can if you want. It's just, I think it's being a little weird right now because of the default is E and Q. What I was trying to do is transfer over the parts, items from the container, and I was gonna grab the battery. I did that just a little bit too quick. Hang on a second. Yeah, I did that a little bit too quick. So I hit tab and equip the battery, and I was trying to show you with the flashlight, the pistol's up here, but instead I ended up messing around with the backpack. Just ignore all that, okay? Let's just continue on here. I'll give you a better example when we get outside. Not everything's set in stone just yet. There will be some future updates, I'm sure. So. Put on the helmet first. Okay. My mind's going two different places. I was thinking of the control settings and also trying to get out. Oh yeah, you got it. So let me show you guys now. So this is where it gets really interesting. This is where it gets really cool. So remember, the F10 button was to pull up the DLSS and stuff. Crazy different menu. Not anymore. Okay, so now you want to press F8. So we go ahead and we press F8, and immediately we see our frames here. There's an FPS counter right here. That FPS counter is live. So as you change your different settings, right now I have mine set to Ultra Performance, which was what I was running a test with a few minutes ago. And so I have the DSLL 4 and the DLSS ray reconstruction selected. And I don't even have the sharpness of 1 turned on yet. I run my native 3440 by 1440, and I'm getting pretty damn good performance. Most of you guys are probably going to be running 1920 by 1080, so I'll go ahead and quickly drop my resolution down to 1920 by 1080 to show you how good it actually is. I've got close to around 100 frames here already by just doing that and making sure I'm native full screen here. And that's without the sharpness of 1. So you turn this up. Okay. And then all you do is you save and close. And then when you open this back up, when you hit F8, everything will be saved exactly how you left it. Everything. So you got the resolution change that I just did. That's all changed now. So I'm running close to 100 frames right next to the ship. In the old test, we used to get between sometimes like 40 to 60 frames. Just depends on what you were doing, weather and things like that. So, and I'll turn on my NVIDIA overlay. You can't see the NVIDIA overlay in the live stream. However, I can, and right now I'm getting 8691, and my GPU's at 91 and CPU's at about 71 to 76. And so that gives you an idea of what we're looking at here. And let me go to this. And then I'll run it over here. I always run it over here. Okay. So if we go to I, and let's say we want to change our movement from WSAD to the arrow keys. So we're going to do forward as up, backwards as down, left as left arrow key, right as right arrow key. Okay, just for an example. So let's save and exit. So now I can move freely about with the arrow keys, up, back, left, right. And if we go back into the settings with I, you can see that it saved those settings. I have had this occasionally forget the settings even after they were saved, but I think that's been fixed now. This last update that he did, I think he addressed that. So that should not be a problem any longer. So let's see, now that I've addressed that, and currently, yeah, so he fixed it. So WSAD now no longer works to go forward, backwards, left, and right, because I have it set to the arrow keys. So that gives you an idea of what's going on with that. Now, because I like to use my WSAD, I'm going to go ahead and quickly reset that. Just reset, reset, reset down the line. Save and exit. And now we're back to WSAD running around here. So one thing I'm going to quickly check is the interaction button. I'm going to use, like I said, J. And I want to see what that does. It's not supposed to be saying E, but it still works with J. Whenever I exit, when I save this and I exit and I come back in the new game, it won't say E to open colonist chest anymore. It'll probably say J. But that gives you an idea of the situation here, and it looks like it's saving all your key sets now, and we don't have doubles anymore. So let me also check real fast. Let's just use jump and crouch. Let's switch jump and crouch. So let's say crouch is spacebar, jump is control. Save. And so now when we want to jump, we just hit control. And space crouches, just as it should be. So everything is working now with control assignments. So let's go back in and change that again back to their defaults. Save and exit. And so with the ADS, like I said, aim down sights, it no longer displays unless you have a weapon equipped. So now we have a weapon equipped. It says service pistol is moved to body. Surface pistol is now equipped, ready for action, aiming down sights. And when you load in from a new game, if you had your weapon out, it should no longer do that. You should be no longer weapon in hands from what I was reading. I'm trying to think what else was it. So I explained the max lift and carried and mounted weight. We still got a little oxygen. Okay, so I'm gonna go into Archeo real fast. We're gonna gather some equipment, and then I'm gonna head toward Harbor, grab the rifle, and I probably won't play very long. The purpose of this live stream is to show you guys the new improvements with the new UI for the video settings and the control assignments. The control assignments saved now. So I just tested that live. I thought that they were still having some issues, but they are no longer having issues. So that's live. There you go. No problems there. Need to also, when you come across this is just as important as the MK1 concentrator. Make sure you grab that, because if you don't and you go to the workbench to create something, or you go to workbench to create the ferret, I should say, if you don't have that part, you're not going to be able to create the ferret. So it's just as important as the MK1 concentrator. So let's grab some ammo in this here. We got a blueprint down. Oh no, this side. Okay, good. I'm gonna leave that there for right now. The coming update is going to allow me to use that, I believe. We don't have a radar yet. There's an extra air tank. Go ahead and take that, as long as we don't have too many. Toolbox maintenance. So you can take these maintenance kits early on. I don't do that because Forwarding's gunsmithing bench has that anyway, and that's usually where I do maintenance. But you can, if you want, you can go ahead right now and go into weapons maintenance and go to cleaning and go ahead and clean it if you want. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave that behind so I have room for other gear and equipment. If you had any issues before with getting the air tanks off the charger, you won't have that problem anymore. We managed to figure that one out, and a lot of that had to do with the old weight system. The old weight system is now replaced by the new weight system. And like I said, mounted is what's in your outfit, like with this helmet here, and gears. We have the compass module, the air tank, and the battery here. I'm going to quickly drop that out, put in my 12 hour, drop these to 8 hours. It's just me, this is my personal preference. I like to carry the 2 12 hour, that's just how I play. Let me see if I have a screwdriver in it. We already do, it's in condition. Do we have the fluxing? Did I grab that? No, but that's okay because I always grab it over here. We've got a combat knife already. The flux sync tool will allow you to repair terminals and do repair minigames to get into containers and whatnot. And can't get into anything that says hack because we have no router. It's required to hack. On that note, we are done in here. I dropped that already. We're going to go inside here and see if we can find the MK1 concentrator. There it is. Concentrator. Grab some water, take some painkillers, grab some food. You can take whatever you want in here. There's actually 2 concentrators in here, which is great. There's even another small energy core, but we only need 1 each. And we've got some duct tape, which is vitally important. We'll take the disinfectant because we need that. Take the green, pack of LEDs. We should have a pack of LEDs and a pack of bolts. We do. Take them here, and we'll come over here. I'm not teaching you guys how to play this right now. All I'm doing is displaying the new update by playing, gathering some equipment, and as I'm explaining things that are new, gearing up my guy how I would normally do so that I can continue to go on to the next areas. So, insets will be working at some point. For now, I'm leaving those behind. I think we already have them. Yeah, I do. Alright. And we can't hack into that. There's some extra compass module on the ground. I don't really need that, so I'm just gonna... I'm gonna booster right there. So now we'll just go ahead and make sure our... Hang on a second. We'll make sure that the visor is open. Because I have a bad habit of coming into this place and not opening my visor. Sleep. Maybe 1 more hour. If you get too quick with these menus, you might experience a little bit of like screen lag, but it's not anything crazy. You just have to not open things so fast. Just slow down a little bit. I'm so used to playing, and I've done this over 100 times easy, that I just click things so quickly that the game's like, whoa. Let me see. Food. Okay, and there we go. And so let's go over here and repair this real quick. if you guys experience any freezes, just report it. Let us know, and we'll try to see if we can recreate it or figure out what caused your freeze. The whole point behind this update was trying to make sure that doesn't happen anymore, so... And here we have the storage count, which shows you everything that's in this. And then you got your weather. Let's go ahead and leave. I'll go ahead and scrap this for the purposes of showing you guys quickly that you can have a GPS module. Geolocation module, not GPS module, excuse me. So this will give you... So, see where it said item did not fit? That's okay. That's going to be addressed. It's not a big deal. It still actually added those items to my inventory. See how we have the electronic scrap and the geolocation module. So I'm going to go to the operator menu, go to the gears menu, and we're going to install that geolocation module. And now if I hit M into the map, you can see that we are showing where we are on the map at any given time. For anybody new, that might be helpful. I already have some air tanks, so I don't need to grab any more. And we need to close our visor before we start beeping. Okay, let's come out here. So we need a lockpick to get into that. So we'll just continue on the road here. And let me see. The pistol out. I'm out of ammo. Am I? Where's the jam? You just got jammed. Okay. So, there is an achievement for killing your first slug. It's not firing at the moment, but all that's going to be fixed, so... And I didn't have enough air in the tank to continue
oxygen level.
Skinning the slug. So let me swap the air quickly. So it's going to say again, item cannot fit. But if it actually really did not have the room to fit in all the bags, it would have dropped the slug skin on the ground and some of the stakes, but it didn't. I'm going to go ahead and just do that anyway. We'll save 2 of those ones. So the achievement turkey shoot, it's being worked on. It's going to be fixed. And then over here we've got this drone that you can break into. Sometimes it's unlocked, which it is today. In the last test just before this, it was actually locked. I had to crack it open with the crowbar. And so here we are on Coastal Road, heading our way down towards Harbor. Ran out of stamina. So, big fixes were crafting uses items now, video settings, so you got your new UI screens, and for those of you guys who don't know, you can hit F9 and you've got a master for all your different sounds in here. When I get the AMPX module, I like to come in here and turn down the ambient music almost all the way. I leave it up just a little bit so I know that it's still working. It hasn't cut out when I'm testing. And that allows me to hear the AMPX music instead of the ambient music. And if you find the AMPX and you install it, it's a pretty nice module. I like it. Has some good little tracks in there to listen to. We already got a power drill. it's probably better that I leave this one here. Now these items actually do not fit. As you can see, they do not move to your inventory. They do not fit because I'm currently overweight for those items. Then we have our crampons here, which are likely to fit because it's a part of the mounted weight. So now if we go over to the outfit and we drag it onto the feet, that adds the crampons to our feet. We don't have the boots yet, but we'll find them. And so we'll get some more of these. These are not saying that you don't have the weight. What it's saying is you already own the exo glue blueprint, so just ignore that. It's just letting you know that you already have it. So we've already got a knife sharpener here. We don't need the hacksaw. We're going to continue to move on along. And here we are at Harbor. And when you come down this hill, you need to be careful. Don't go straight down. Usually you'll rip your suit. Like I said, I'm not trying to teach you guys how to play this. What I'm trying to do is showcase the new settings. I'm just going to a couple of key points and just to let you know that, hey, I'm not having any freezes, there's no issues here, and that these new fixes are working. And then after that, I will probably just end the stream on that note, and I'll save the game so that I can come back to it and play it. You guys get the fortunate ability to continue playing on your saves. When I'm testing, I have to go in and get rid of all my saves, and most of the time I never get to go back to the old saves because I'm busy testing all the new stuff. So enjoy that. I've been wanting to get the Survive 7 Days achievement for a while, but I haven't really had a chance to do that. So the precision tools I'm not going to worry too much about because they have some in forwarding. And now that the workbenches and stuff are being fixed, I'm assuming that probably later on the loyalty recycler machines are probably going to go back to being the facility locks again. So you'll have to deposit gear to get loyalty points in order to unlock facilities, because typically forwarding was a level 2 facility to unlock and central was level 1. And so I have precision tools here. I didn't even need the ones that were on the ground anyway. These stakes weigh a lot. Let's move one and see if we can grab the stamina booster. These don't weigh a lot. They look like they are, but if you look at the weight's actually quite low. You can carry a bunch of these. Okay, so let's get it out of here. Here and see, just for the hell of it, look in some of this other stuff. We already have the crampons, so we don't need that. So here we are again. We already own the toolbox blueprint. We own the exo glue. And then we have the inset radiation, which we did not own. Empty boxes are going to be coming back, so you'll be able to make the poison cure and a couple other things like making your own first aid kits and things like that. I'm going to go to one of my most enjoyed places now, down here under the water. Now, if you see any of these ridges as I'm approaching, this is from video settings. You can change your video settings around so you don't have that. It's one of the settings that I have it set to that's causing that. It's most noticeable underwater with this setting for some reason, but oop. And then we got all this different stuff down here. Most of the stuff we don't really need. I'll go ahead and grab the golden drops. 0 bandage, we already have. I don't really need any of this stuff. That's just a candy bar there. Nothing in there that I see. I'm hitting that. So we'll take these leg guards. Outfit. Put them on the legs. And when we go into tab menu now, we'll see our mounted weight has now increased. So your carried weight and your mounted weight are two different things, basically. Your mounted is, again, what's on your person and your gears and your outfit. And your carried is pretty much like everything. So since the workbenches are using items now, you'll want to carry more than one disinfectant on you. Oh, we also have knee pads in here. Too much weight. Let's transfer over these tools. Grab that, and then equip it to the leg. Now we've got our knee pads. Open this back up. Grab our precision tools back. Lots of 12-hour batteries here. Got a controlled driver repair locker under here. I think that's one of the first times I've seen the controlled driver repair under the water. Good deal. There's our neck guard. Again, have to transfer over that toolbox. Transfer over that neck guard, the operator. And you see we say 1012 here. Now we just go to outfit and add the neck guard. If you look under here, the mounted weight is 1057. Oh, there's heavy boots in this one. Yeah, again, same issue. Too heavy. Transfer over the toolbox, the boots, go to outfit, and add them onto the person. Okay, so cool, we're good. Alright, now we can get out of here. And to go up, you just hold down space bar. And move your mouse up. Just tap space bar. Start going up. You get an achievement too, I think, for diving to 23. Alright, so here we have the rifle. Press 3. That'll allow the rifle spot to open up. And we have the rifle now. Let me switch air real fast. We spent too much time down there.
Low oxygen level. Check
I'll go ahead and drop one of these empties. And grab that ammo. Grab his little note where he's stuck. And now, I have found out something different last time I was playing. if you come back here, you get a little treat for coming back here. You get a ratter, so you can actually hack before you ever get to forwarding. Maintenance kit, I think if we can carry it, we can, but what I'll do is I'll transfer over these precision tools, grab the maintenance kit, and then I'll go to weapon and clean this rifle up. It's not in the greatest condition. Can we repair? No, we can't. Now we'll grab the maintenance kit, put it back over here, and repair kit here. In order to repair tools on the fly, or not on the fly, in order to repair guns, you'll have to be at a gunsmith bench. That's why you couldn't use the precision tools there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Lisanne now. For those of you guys who have never played this, this is how you get to Lisanne. It's just up the hill from Harbor. It's called the Warple Clinic. My stamina regenerating here. You get some nice screenshots from around here. Here's how I do it. Just disconnect that battery. We're way too much. That's okay. We'll drop that. 8 hour. I don't need that anyway. Drop that too. Now you just disconnect the battery, and now you can take whatever screenshots you want. Because this is Steam, all I have to do is hit F12. There goes our batteries rolling down the hill. And also, something cool with this update is mushrooms are back. You see down there? The mushrooms are back, and very soon the empty containers will be back, so you'll be able to craft with the mushrooms. And at some point, you'll probably even be able to cook those mushrooms. I wanted to be able to cook steak and mushrooms, so maybe we'll get it. So you head up this hill, and of course I'm out of stamina. We'll attach that new battery there. For those of you guys who intend to play in the harder modes, get used to, before you go into sleep, disconnect your battery, because in the harder modes, that's coming back. You are going to have to actually disconnect the battery, or it's going to go dead while you're sleeping. Got him. The kind of blockiness going on the sites, don't expect that. That's something with my settings, with my graphic settings. And then, if we want, we can scrap him. We got enough air here. And we can take his Raptor skin and we'll be able to use it to craft later. It does say item not fit, but if you look in the bags, you'll see that we have a Raptor skin. So, a little strange like that, but it's going to change. So it's because the weight system's new. Things are still getting ironed out. Ah! Got a lot of new items in here. I'm just going to go ahead and eat. Drink. That way I don't have to pick up the items, I can just eat it right out of the container. And we're done there. There's another can of air. If we want, we can transfer this out and grab that one. Air used to be a big thing, like you used to hardly be able to find it and stuff. Now it's not so much. You'll be able to explore, so take your time. enjoy your gaming, and in each container, look in each container, and you'll find plenty of air. You're not gonna have too many issues. Not every airlock spawns with air in it. Sometimes I've had times where I walk in and there's no air in the airlocks. Like I said, it's not a big deal. Just go and check some of the containers, and you'll find air. Not too hard to find anymore, because we want people to be able to play, obviously. So, and right now, this is not the hardest difficulty by any means. There's going to be harder levels. So, in order to grab the gloves, we'll just quickly transfer over the precision tools, grab the gloves, go to operator, go to outfit, and we'll just... And as you can see, the neck guard is appearing here. Alright, and I'll start the airlock. We got some different things in here. Don't need any of that stuff. We have most of it. We'll go ahead and use this repair thing here. And here's our long list of items under storage of everything that's in here. There's some Talon AI. We could use those. Okay, let's... We can hack some of these containers. I don't have any Talon AI, so I'm going to exit this real quick and try to see if I can find some. Especially with those 4 codes. There we are. Talon AI is right there. And then we'll just go back over here. Where was that at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've already got 3 of the digits here. Just to guess, we'll say 3, 1, 8, and then we'll add that 0 in to see if it's actually 9, 0. Because we already know that there's an 8. There we go. So that made it easy. So we got 3, and then it's gonna be either 8 or 1. Probably 8, not a 1. That's in the wrong digit. So it's 8. Probably 1, 0. Yep. Didn't even need the Talon AI, but if I had, I would have had it. Here to check up here. Here to check on there. And then we have the chemistry kit. I'm gonna go ahead and take that if I can. We'll go ahead and break this in. Just to show you how to use the Talon AI real fast. We got 4, 5, so we'll say 5, 4, and use Talon AI. Ah! Oh, what a waste of Talon AI. Okay, so we'll use Talon AI and then 4, 5. Yeah, I'm basically all full. It's just, I've got everything I need. I just came here to come here. And then skin reinforced plate, so I've got the Raptus skin, and I don't have the lever plate though. Lower plate. Zero. So 8, 0. So 8, Talon AI 1. And here's our sewn kit. I'll come in here and rest, and then we'll head on over to, actually there's some leg guards. So when you're trying to grab items out of containers, it's a little bit different than grabbing them from the ground. That's the reason why I'm able to immediately pick that up. Go to outfit, and we'll equip the... Oh, we already have leg guards. Not bad. Got the hammer there. And I've already cleaned my weapons, so I don't need to grab the RC-53. There'll be some at the gunsmithing bench, likely. I'd like to have this, so I'm going to just transfer over something that weighs about the same as 0.2. These weigh 0.55. So that'll allow me to carry that. Actually, I want to carry that magazine. And like I said, we really don't need much more than that. I'll get some rest. We are pretty fatigued. Make sure that visor's open. Like I said, I have a bad habit of using the facility coming in and forgetting to open my visor. It's not that I don't know how to play, it's just that I've done it so many times, it's just something that I keep forgetting to do sometimes. Okay, well, let's leave. And now we're heading over to forwarding, and I'll do a little bit of workbench stuff there, and then I think I'm going to go ahead and call it there. And that'll be the end of the stream for you guys. That'll pretty much showcase everything and show how you can quickly get from having basically nothing to having all kinds of stuff, and having basically low frames to having lots of frames and all that happy stuff. You can do whatever you want now, is what I'm saying. So you got your different buttons that you can set now to whatever you want to have them set to. And you've got your video settings, so you can play around with that and get much better frames. Freezes are not a thing now, unless you have them, and if you do, like I said, you need to report them. And the weight system, of course. Now you can get things off the charger. It's like I said, I kept encountering issues where I was trying to retrieve air tanks from the chargers, and they wouldn't give them back. And it wasn't that the chargers were broken, it was that the weight system wasn't quite right. So he basically redid the entire weight system, and that's the reason why we've got the new 3 different settings for your weight. And it works pretty decently, and I like it because it tells you, like, hey, this is how much weight you have and what items you're wearing currently. This is how much weight you actually have total. So you kind of have a good idea of what you can carry and what you can't. And if you have any issues picking up anything, you know how to address them. Look at those glowy mushrooms down there. Missed those. Alright. And soon, guys, I will be doing a new guide that is going to include the changes where the new workbench is added. Here we have some mushrooms.
Low oxygen level. Check.
Brown Amida is back. Brown Amanita. Amida. let my stamina charge. If you're playing and you get bit by the spider, try not to get bit by him too much, because like I said, the poison cure you can't craft just yet. That's coming, so sit tight with that. The mushrooms are back. You just got to get the container now to make the antidote. There's a spider all the way over there. I'm gonna see if I can snipe him from over here with the rifle. I think I got him. Alright, I'm not going to go over there just yet. I'm going to come in here real quick and show you some stuff on the workbench. Workbench is plural. He's not coming in here. That's good. I have had him like run up here and like start attacking me before the door closes. You gotta be ready. You gotta get up. Okay. Let me quickly open this visor. And we'll go ahead and... I think this air tank's fine. We'll just go ahead and connect to this one on the charger. Visor's open. Still got remaining battery left. Probably don't have enough for this. Oh, we did. Okay. And so here's the gunsmith bench. And you've got your RC-53 down here. You've got the precision tools here. And if you open this container, you've got a maintenance kit in here to help you clean easier. RC-53 spray does 10%, while this one, the blue container, does like 50% cleaning. So, I think I forgot to pick up the precision tools that I put down to get my armor and stuff. So, we'll go into these precision tools and quickly maintain our rifle. 91's perfect. 100%. I'm just showing you guys. This is what I do. And this is the reason why I have the precision tools on me. And then now that we're done with the precision tools here at the gunsmithing bench, we can take those and put those down. Or we can take them upstairs and use them towards the ferret, which I'll probably do. Do I have a toolkit on me? Okay, I got the toolbox. So I know we got the ribbon cable. I'm gonna drop that fuse. We got the ribbon cable. I need a PCB, which is what we don't have. Got the bolts, the pack of LEDs. Where's our screwdriver? We got the screwdriver. Okay, so I'm not gonna worry too much about that right now. Let's get upstairs. And by the way, you can hit this with just the Talon AI one time. That shows you everything that's in here. You don't even have to hack it or nothing. And there's an extra rifle here if you don't take care of your rifle and you destroy your rifle. There's an extra one in recording. There's also some lockpicks here. I don't know that I'll be using these during the stream today. I might if something's one of the facilities is locked or something like that. Painkillers. Okay. Here. A sports rifle magazine. That's a cool one. We're not going to use that right now. Also, you can go up here. You can get some different stuff from up here. Got a couple more lockpicks, Talon AI. Grab these lockpicks. There's the AR's Remedy. There's another Talon AI down here. Okay, so let's go back downstairs. Down the ladder, I should say. And we'll come over here to the workbench, and we also have the exo tailoring bench. And the exo tailoring bench is where you would make exo glue. I don't have the spider glands for that though. We have the exo glue though, and then you could also make with that this one. The lower plate. I don't have a lower plate, so I can't use this. Otherwise, I would have made the exo glue and used the sewing kit. That's the reason why I grabbed the sewing kit, because I intended to do that, but I didn't find the lower plate. So, look in some of these and see if we have one. If not, golden drop, precision tools. Precision, not the golden drops have changed. They used to use that little plastic container. You don't use that anymore. You use the empty bottle, and those aren't in the game right now, at least that I have found in all my other plays. So he's going to make sure that those are coming in the next update. Empty container will be back. You'll be able to craft mushrooms. Okay, so what I need is a PCB, and so I'm just going to scrap this real fast, and it says right there it gives us one PCB, and we'll use, let's see, crowbar, 5 minutes, XL, 5 minutes, 44 seconds, and we're going to get a whole bunch of red messages over there. There they are, and it still says 8 pieces were added to my inventory, so we know for a fact that those items were added. Here's my PCB. And let's check our rest, because we can't be too tired to make it. We're fine. Okay, so here's the AMPX module. Let's go ahead and grab that. And now I'm going to go ahead and utilize the F9 menu. I'm going to turn down the ambient music here. Not completely, you can still kind of hear it a little bit there. And then I'm going to go into my tab menu, go to the data hub. No, excuse me. We're going to apply this first. So you can't have more than 2 of these. And for this purpose, just right now, just to show you the AMPX, I'm going to disconnect the geolocation module and show you the model AMPX. There's the data hub. Exo amp, and we've got 3 different tracks currently. I probably missed a track somewhere. Usually I have like 4. And I like void walkers. The void walkers, universe junkyard, I think it is. Let's see. Is it this one? Starry Night. Yeah, I like Home Sweet Home. So, alright, I'm going to play that, and we're going to go ahead and come to the bench here. And we don't have the injectors or skill injectors in here. Like I said, that's not added to the main game yet. So what you'll have to do is craft several bandages. And I'm just going to go ahead real quick and use the bandage. We don't have any scrap on us yet. We're actually slightly over right here. Let me go over to this. Get some of these items off of me that I know I can't use, like the sewing kit right now. Can't use the raptor skin obviously right now. Obviously, these are insets that I continue to pick up for no apparent reason. I'm going to put down the saw, because there's no point in carrying the saw when I have the crowbar. Let's see. That ought to do it. I don't really need a whole lot of extra space for this. So what we'll need is scrap, cloth, like I said, item not fit, but it does. It's in there, see? So remember how the workbench used to not use items anymore, so you're going to need a lot. For now, we'll just go ahead and make the bandage what we have. And materials actually mean something now, so you have to collect them. And we'll just go to tools to find our knife. Did I drop my knife? There it is. And there we go. We're gonna scrap the bandage, or not scrap, but craft the bandage. And then, usually you'll get an XP bonus the first time you create bandages. I don't know if that's still a thing or not, but it's like I didn't get the extra 300, but it's okay. It's not hard to come up with the XP that we need. So now that I crafted that, if you look over here in the statistics and you see craftsmen have 169 XP, and you can see here when we craft this, we had 5 pieces of scrap, and I just made another one. So we're losing scrap as we're crafting these. So it is taking the material from the bench, and it's using it. Okay, so we'll save these last 2 here, if we can. We got 6, not 6. Okay, so we still got 500. So these are the only items that we can make at this low level, is the bandage, and sterile bandage doesn't even open until you get to level 1. So you have to make several bandages when you first start out. So that should put us pretty close. It's 845 XP. And let's go get some more scrap. We should only need like 2 more bandages. So we just got the craftsman level 1. I should not have made that. I should have just stopped there. That's okay. Now that we have level 1, now we're going to move on to making the sterile bandage. And this is where the disinfectant that we picked up is going to come in. Now, I know I picked up 2 of those bottles of disinfectant. There they are. And now, reason why I'm showing you this is because it says 5 uses, right? So this has 5 uses. So when we get done making this, it's going to show 4 uses for the disinfectant. So, but we do get quite a lot of XP for making the sterile bandage. As you can see, 600. Probably not 600, but close, because I made that extra bandage. And let me just exit the PDA, come back into the workbench, and we need some more scrap. There should be some right up here. And so now all I gotta do is just make the sterile bandage like 2 or 3 times. But, the skill injectors will probably be getting added. I'm not sure when they're going to be added to the main Nesoi island, but when they are added, you won't have to fiddle around with these, making bandages probably near as much. So the sterile bandage, and as you can see, like I said, the workbench is using items. We have 4 uses now. So we'll put the disinfectant back into the bench. Drag those 2 cloth there. Drag tools. Drag the knife. Use the tool. Craft. And this should put us at level 2, if not pretty darn close. Yeah, we're at level 2. There's Craftsman level 2 right there. Let's exit PDA. And now we can make the ferret. And there's one item that we need in order to make the ferret that I don't have in my inventory, but I have to go grab real quick. And that is the drill gun and the hammer. I wouldn't have said hammer, but I forgot to grab the hammer earlier. Actually, I don't know if you even need the hammer. What am I thinking? Why did I think I needed the hammer? Huh. Okay, anyway. So... Concentrator. Concentrator is easy to find because it glows white. The small energy core glows yellow. And then now we just need the PCB. There she is. Don't confuse that with the electronic scrap. Ribbon cable. Box of bolts. Box of LEDs. Or pack of LEDs. Now here's the drill gun that I just grabbed. Where is it? There she is. Why did I grab the hammer? I don't know. Where'd that... there she is. And we'll just go to tools. Make that easy. Right there. Boom. Done. And if you reach a level 3, you can make the basic GPS if you have the blueprint for it, but I don't have it this time around. Anyway, we've got our ferret now, so I'll just hit 2 for the pistol. Drop that on the ground. You can see it's on the ground here. And we'll just grab our ferret. And she's already built, loaded, and ready to go. I said loaded and ready to go. I guess she wasn't loaded and ready to go. And my battery's empty. But yeah, so I made a ferret. I made tons of bandages. Let's see what else we have here. So level 2. One of the other cool things that you can use to get to level 3 pretty quick is making this. And that's the reason why you carry that polymer scrap. It comes in handy. You can make it pretty quick. You'll have to run back downstairs to grab the RC53 Prime. But you only need to make 2 of these toolbox maintenance kits. You're going to use them anyway, so you may as well go ahead and use them. You can also make the toolbox precise, which uses electronic scrap and another ribbon cable, which I don't have. But this is pretty valuable compared to the cleaning kit. And those, like I said, those are level 2s. The reinforced lower plate is the level 3. Med packs are level 2, which, like I said, we don't have the empty containers right now. We will. These are level 2 as well, the golden drops. They require that chemistry kit, which I did grab. Then we have the inset for the radiation. And you use several different things for this one here, but that's also a level 2 item. Anti-venom serum. You can't make that right now because the empty bottle is not in the game yet. So we got the sterile bandage. Medpack has now. Exo glue. We could make I just don't have the spider silk lens for that. But there's no point in making the exo glue right now because everything that uses the exo glue and blueprints I can't make because I don't have the empty boxes. So there you go. So that pretty well covers it. And as you can see, like I was showing you in the bench here, the items that we created used the materials that we used. So these extra items were from that other cloth scrap that I grabbed. And we're down to 3 disinfectant, and then we have that other bottle that we didn't use at all. So there you go. I covered everything in the new update right here, live. If there's anything that you have a question about that you want to ask me or you want to ask the developer, you can leave it in the comments. You can go to the Steam forums. You can ask that. You can join the Discord. You can ask in the Discord. I try to address everything. I try to stay on top at the forefront of the game. Like I said, I'm the game tester, so I test everything that comes out. Anything that he changes, he brings to my attention. I grab it and I check it before it ever hits Steam. And so if there's any questions you have at all for me, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I'll address them. And I think that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And thanks for you guys liking and subscribing. I appreciate that. And I'll be back with the next update. So, peace.